Oh yeah, thank you. 당아조 들이 진소대 거래 되어서나. 시동 언론지 자와 신이 된 미쳐들라. 던지 모을 지다셔와도 tunsol을 지다셔와 니여와. 대자는 던지 모을 지다셔와들라. 로찬에다 tunsol을 지단 거 자유를 받들라 되어서.
So we continued our teaching on the topic of the relying on a guru, and this topic, which which is presented under these two main subheadings of this what we do in the actual meditation sessions, and then what we do in the break between sessions. So now of these two, so we finish the actual meditation sessions, and so tonight we continue with this what we do in the break between sessions.
다 지다샤서 생이데 가르세가 어르잖아. 아니 다 가서 인생 디세들라 디세 다 지세 라고잖아. 지세 자신이라고 저거로. 지세 자신 뒤노라니 다 딩해라 가서 더 정오라니 유에 치투라서 보다 아니 니제 돈주도 드리셔셔래. 아니 드리가서 진열래 되지. 다 디세 하마 코인 받달라. 아니 탄사무스네. 다 탄사라니 드니그 디세 로마텔라 아니 지간에서 시작하게 해매고 아니 이게 지시고요. 그래서
so what we find here is about how we in terms of our spiritual practice, how we manage our times, which let's say in general, normally we have each day could be like 24 hours. So in that 24 hours, so we have the text explained, what we do in the actual meditation sessions. So what we do in that section, so it includes the as we have studied, which actually has three parts, three sections. So the first is the preparatory practices, which we about these 6 preparatory practices that we learn, and then there is a actual practice, what we do in the actual practice, and then there's the conclusions. So these are all finished. So now what is time left, which is not included in those three, what we do in those 3 sections. So this is now we find out or presented under this section called the what we do in the break between session now.
다 tunso세다 tunso가 동보대다 동봉가서 유게미 세와도 다 tunso가 동보나질래 되거와. 대인자 동미 세대 전에라니 그놈이야 보지 아니 그지 네 개지 모르세요 그래서.
So in the break between session, or in the this will include like how what we when we first get up in the mornings, what is important. We have to remember what we need to do. So that is so what is important that at that time is to cultivate a right state of mind or a right motivations.
아니 라드슈나나 당가서 쇼주지 산도 돈이도 비샤라라 수바 네 고아야 보듯니 예나네 드니 녀래야 보지 드니거니 그놈이야 보까 아니 대다 마시나야 아니 다 소소 고니니지가 아니 센제라 팬도도 셰소소시다 야 대다요 마시나야 아니 자 팬마도나요 아니 내시고 친내시요 무제념비가 아니 드니지 그런다나야 보여레스.
So with the regard to the to beginning the day with a good motivations, so with the right frame of mind, so of course the best kind of motivation is if we could cultivate the mind of like a bodhicittas, compassions, sense of compassion for all other sentient beings, and also to include in our motivations the knowledge of this of emptiness. So that this will be the the best motivations that we can have. And so if we if you are not able to produce such a such like a bodhicitta or such a motivation of the wisdom of the emptiness, then we should at least try to cultivate some kind of motivations that we will spend the days for whatever is something which is beneficial, something useful, if not for all other sentient beings, but at least for yourself, for ourselves, and that is very the next or the middling motivations that we can we should cultivate. So if and at the least or the minimum motivations or the state of mind that we should try to cultivate, try to bring that up in our mind is that we we won't we won't cause any harm harm to any other beings.
아니 전정가 저 슈케네 야론데르네네 로데오시타 메데게나다 아니 공조가 영혼도 송데게나더니 드니 용도 와 드니 용도 살아네 다 디그 내가서라니 다 공조도 세마데와더니 요 지젤라 소파 소노도네 대용다 신주노 자세 자발레거네 가테치스야난 텔람 가치시에스 가테치스메거는 텔람 가치시페세 다 드니 그치라네 소노토네 네 제타네 보여레스.
And so at that time of morning when we even when we get up, we find sometimes we might notice that our state of mind, inwardly, or mentally, we are not not in a good, not in a positive mood, not in a joyful mood. Rather, there's some things something maybe bothering us. And such as, for example, sometimes we might have, suddenly with this, we are under some sort of influence, under the power of some angers or hatred. And so in order to overcome such a the worrying and unhappy state of mind, then it's good to remind ourselves of some the advice from some great master, for example the Shantidevas. If we remember there's one verse, the quote by Shantideva, which says that if it can be remedied, if it can be remedied, then why worry about it? And then, but if it cannot be remedied, then what is the benefit of worrying about it? So kind of it's good to even say this if you remember such words, such word, such quotations, we say that out and then have a bit of reflecting on it, the meaning of this.
아니 야지 ngozo shuchine ni kunro tndi kasala ni ta tin reula sopal sonotone pena ni shukene kunro sadewa ina ani shukela ni ta shujaji tunayo teo shimo me dengi ndo sin ani ta susu gna na ye dengi ne namita ani ta rupa da so ani tsomba ani ta magawa ani tani shibu mewa tani chigirwa.
And as well as it's also very useful to just to overcome such worrying and the such negative mental attitudes. Then to also to think about think over the causes and conditions that which brings about this such a negative state of mind, and also as well as to thinking about the result of this such a negative state of mind. So so this we have to understand to be aware that the result of such negative state of mind will be that it will be then after that afterward when you even go and have your breakfast, even if you're having your favorite one, you won't find it very tasty or very delicious. And then also at the same time if there are if you have family members or the friends living in the same house, then there's also possible that you may also cause the unnecessary problem to them as well. So to thinking of such a the undesirable result of this negative state of mind. So it can also it also will be very helpful to overcoming it.
Ni da ngazo sumata sekrawata mocha ande nyedenge tsone da lekandro ngi chura lekandro tsala mutandro gore te za khagi chalo mubuji ta kondo na sa lo dewo mewa ina khagi chalo mubuji jesho no ndo ani jesho sona yunju ni nima kondo ti kala ya chalo golo kondo sa so jesho sena so la kondo sa ani kondo ni so do chong yoros.
And then also the how it is very easy to when we are in a very bad mood or a very unsettling mind, then of course after the breakfast, then we have to rush to the work, and then quite often then we may, because of this, that we may then forget the important things that we are supposed to take to the work. And then when we later on when we realize that we left this important thing at home, then we will get more angry towards ourselves, and in fact towards our belonging as well. And so therefore you can we can understand, we can see how then the problems, problem is like a doubling. We are multiplying our the problems that we already had.
Timazen that in long on my undisani, so lol Tiniglo Madewa to Contra Yawina, Tini Longo Kagata, Luma Bola Subigani, Tetch, Kamachi Sakasonaya, Kundushin Push Sadang it in Yorawa.
Yeah. So of course then this can also have an effect on your if you're going to work then on the road too on your effect on your driving skills, and also you become very impatient with very traffic lights when it's turned red. You become very impatient also.
Ane timazen ta lekachi mulale chane lekashi di chanlaya lekal semba manene ni lekashi nowa ta ane rupa cholaya ane ta rupa chi keje ya bona ni suzol chi she de ge na yo ni suzu kunro ti unki ni ta palle ya bo ja me ha ni ane choma me ha ni yungor wa.
No. Then furthermore, then after you you reach to the at the workplace, and then it'll be the people at work will also notice that you are bad mood, and also even if in order to help you or to calm oneself down, if they even if they're trying to say something pleasant, but one may instead of thanking them, one may even react and even get more angry with them. So, and plus not to mention then because of this you cannot properly pay attention to your work, and so therefore the such easily you could make a mistake with your work.
Leka nongi mumboji ta zanko chi ngosi krwata za dawanda wotndila ni leka no tsalpe semba magawata ani ta chesikr nga pusu to denga do ani tani mumboji yor sikda karisena ta za no nga za dawate gawo mese ya tani ngyorwa o tso kanga ta gawo yena yemena meta tingela nga zo shinju gutsi tra tigano pendo dewa za dawate lenu yore lekanen rogyor tel jijin yo marwa tani tel cheza magawa shekayase pendo yo mares ani tani ge shinju gutsi tsono tona yaponde was.
And then sometimes how it's a lot of people when who go to work, who have to go to work every day, and then they get very very unhappy and very even depressed, especially on a Monday morning, and so, but then when we think about it, there's really no choice. You have to go, and you need to go to work. You must work. You maintain the work, and so therefore if we take into apply this quotation by the Shantidevas that if it can be remedied, why worry if it cannot be remedied? What is the benefit of worrying about it? So it's really directly relevant, apply to us. We have to, what is the point of worrying? Because we are in a situation which we cannot avoid. We must, in the work, we must go to work, and so therefore we can truly see that it's totally the unnecessaries and and no point of worrying about that.
That control us superior. Jewel sono mozitone ya control she tashita. Ne ta shonju send tuni to bishara that is also quaya poyawina, and the dozen to Latan Jarwa.
So in these ways that we can, by contemplating on the undesirable results of the negative states of mind, such as anger and so on, by contemplating on that, we can it help us to prevent or diminish that the angers, and then the of course the best and the highest form of motivations that we can cultivate, we should try to cultivate, is the in the beginning of the day, is such like a bodhicitta motivation, and then the wisdom of emptiness.
ane tashi jemba chila ya ngazo chi lo dewana tani mandina ya dechi winjunga la mine ni kamakashi resa ganja ane kamakashi resa pa winjunga chipol te sonotone ane ta tandi yose ganja wa de wa ina ane sente luma de rote ya de noto chama jo ya ane pendo yores
and if we find this all the other the method to overcoming the negative states of mind, or like a mental affliction such as anger and so on, to to overcome, then we should, what would be very effective is to do just a few minutes of breathing meditations, just to not simply just the switch, turn off all our thoughts in our mind, and then just place the mind just simply on the incoming and outgoing breath for a few minutes. And if we do that, if we build this habit of doing this meditation, breathing meditation on a regular, consistent basis, then we will find that it's very effective.
ne sej tseri pa se tani sungu yore tansol tani zokur sungu yore te umbi godom se ne karise na ngazo sen de chodo kunrola sopa a monche waji kari jene yungu orse na umbo nga jene yungu yore te inza ne le tombo tsiga ne ta umbo nga te ni ta ya ne de cho she da ne ta kunro she la sopa ne tombo ne ni mate ja zoya ga tashi ne kechim tentana ani yapo yores ne tuni sungo yores.
So relating to this, what we can do in the break between the sessions, in these LamRim teachings, so there's a mentioning of like a putting restraint on our sensory doors, with through applying like the mindfulness and alertness. So this is also is also very like a very effective, because the main source, or the main source of all this mental delusion, like a negative states of mind, or these afflictive emotions such as angers, uncontrolled desires, the like pride, so on. The arise is these the main doorways. Like a main doorway is our five sensories, the organs, and it is through those the sensory, organs. The sensory faculties, that various objects that comes in our mind. So it's because of those objects or these which kind of conditions these such mental affliction to arise. So this is especially if one is for those who are beginners, beginner practitioners. So that these are these five, the faculties, the sensory faculties are the main conditions for all this affliction to arise. So therefore, as is said here, it's like if we closing or putting some restraint on those sensory faculties, the door of the five sensory faculties. So for the beginner, so it's like the closing, it's like a preventing any mental affliction to arise right from the beginnings.
Control Shaytan, the Choshila, so you don't trap out there. Ni sell each michi, ni control Shayat, need to Chawachi or Marisana, John Nonjingazo, ani ta control the ani te jog Nimila, Nune, Kone, Combachene, ni ta sono Yaputon Yetazola, and it's so shell never chet Maris.
So I've said it's the five the sensory faculty, the five doors of sensory faculties are the main source of the mental delusions to arising mental delusion for the beginners. Because someone who is used to the practice or who is not so habituated with all these mental afflictions, and because of their ability to overcoming it very easily, then for those then it is not necessary that whatever that objects that comes in their sensory, like the five sensory faculties, is not necessary that this object will serve as a cause to arise mental affliction in their mind.
Mumbo Nyandolani Susa Kejashi Disala, Ani Sang Sijinel, Ani Susi Keja, Ani Titsabushi Shoto Chegando, Ani Mavis Shoto Chegando, Ani Keja Karshi Shon the Sang Sijiga, Ani Toche Shejde, Ani Kechimures, or the Nichizungores. So in order to help us with disciplining, with disciplining our faculties, this great master, the Adishas, Adisha says, advises that, when you are socializing with others, then you should pay attention to, or you should watch your speech. But when you are alone, then you should you should watch your mind. So this what this is saying is, what we find here is that, as Atisha said, when we should be always, like, for example, when we are
with others, socializing with the others. We should always, always in the corner of our mind, we should be always checking for example, our speech, especially our speech, what we are saying from speech, what kind of words, what we are saying. We should be on the corner of the back of our mind. We should watch. We should check on that to whether what we are saying is something unpleasant, something harsh, or is are we lying to others, or is there any? So we have to watch whether it's really anything worthwhile or not. So it's important to. So by doing this, through this, then we'll be able to control our actions, such as these verbal actions.
Ani jipo nditi sen la tosile. Ani so jipo deti tsala ni so sen la kari sono tongde. No to kari chagde semba te kawal ja yingde. Ani tni go se sine. Ani toche zone. Ani ta semba shalo showa da ani ramanda sono noi gata ngato keni ro tni sono ramanda. Ani so so lo ga tni mamboji tungso jongde waina. Ani to zola ni shara se gro tangaso se sine kari song de tane. Ani to so kasi tni song de na ani ta ma Geshe na ya bo yores ne. Ani tni song go yores.
And then it says here, like, when particularly when we are alone, then we should watch our mind, and in the sense that checking on our mind, what kind of thoughts are appearing, thoughts are appearing in our mind, and what sort of object that our mind is going after, and what sort of thoughts that the mind, we are having. So in a sense, so it is saying we kind of we are examining, or observing and observing our thoughts, various thoughts that arise in our mind, and then we will see, as we do this, then we will see that there are a lot of thoughts, a lot of state of minds which are really totally meaningless, and in fact, like we can call them like almost like a completely rubbish kind of thought, and so therefore when we're doing this, like a self, or watching or observing our mind, our thoughts, then at the same time, if we to applying the mindfulness and alertness, then then we can correct our thoughts, our state of mind, and so in that way, so in this way, we will ensure that we have we can overcome all the thoughts which are not, which are harmful and which are not beneficial for ourselves.
대용다 너마 Geshe karo pasedeji nyolen baji 가르쳐으스나 소신 노가 슈 지백 슈 정라 아니 히트네 세마이 세네 슈 질리 히트네 네 소소 셈발 무이거다 다시라 아니 드니 그 제가 아니 로지드니 아니 로르도 좀 수용돼서
So there was the Geshe called Geshe Karawa, who, as part of his, thought transformation practice, so he put out like a little, like a small notes in almost like in his room, or in all 10 directions. So to each note which says that the no. So mind should not be, mind do not get like distracted, do not they get agitated. So he's reading that, mind, don't get distracted, don't get agitated. So he had this label sticked on the 10 direction of the in his wall. So so this is just an example of how to show how what we have to do to disciplining the mind, or to or the meaning of the observing the mind was.
아니 다 니팔아니 로를 당기 세치 체리 바싱이 수조여리 다데 가르치고 그러는 가서 tunso 가서라 칼로사디살라 아니 칼로사 하주 뉴조와 많이 봐 하주 모조와 많이 봐 지사고 거여레스네 어떤 순고여레스.
Then in the LamRim there's also advice that we should eat moderate, moderately, eat moderate. So this means this is something, one activity that we do in between the session is like eating food. So therefore the advice is that we should not overeat, nor the under, or not eat too less.
아니 하주 뉴트로네 아니 아니트나 소체고 또바다 아니 다즈 폴라 소포뇨 주존네 아니 ene gyawi ge shawala super dripi kan tamenge chogro was tinza ne hachu nyuto mai ba chi se gores nyuto mai ba.
So like you say, if we eat too little, then of course then we will get of course we will get hungry very easily, and also it's not good for the hygiene of our health as well.
Ta kande isa gorsena ta jeme go kalosa ya dise tiparatela ni tegu mto zo shuna ni tigndi gores
tum 가서
tumta kalo jema isa go kalo jema isa disala tiparatela ni tegu mto zo ji tene sa go gorsingdus.
So as to the right amount of the food that we should eat, it says that the right amount is that it is just enough to last until our next meal time, next eating time, that we don't go hungry.
ane ta mo hachu mo mai basingite hachu mo sona ani zupo jiku sabato ane yu ya ma tongti sala yu kinga kaunga ane ni ko ya mo roata ane tani gun rosona ane ta nyemo poala ta nyemo la kate chotwi gane ta mengi chono ko rawas te inza ane mo to mai basine tani sungu yores.
And then it says that overeating is also, of course, is also bad, because it has the result of the adding weight on our body, and then make a heaviness, make our body feel very heavy physically, and also it can bring increase like a sleepiness, and can also have an impact on the breathing, disorder of our breathings. So this has all this has in a way overeating can also then can be a cause to of increasing like mental afflictions.
Ani ya ta nga chote ta che ngo chane ni ta gunda nya to chi di sala ni ta che ngo chane se kana da ta no jing cho le ka chena chane se kana so ni nya to chi di sala ni ta so no kar yo re se na ani tri ni me ku la kar chi ndi ani so no ya po chi to ni le ka ya po chi shu che na na ani tel je se ronda ani je la yo ni ma ta na che ye song ba chi da ani ya le ka chi kunro da tani mal jari jawa da tani chi du jo na tani chi shi shwe na ani ya te sen je wa chi ne ani shin je ma je nya na ni tani ga to chan da wo chi na ani ya bo yo re sung des
then there's in this LamRim is also mentions of the as part of these in between sessions, in the break sessions, the yoga of like a non-sleeping. So first the sleeping, okay, yoga of sleepings. So where the at the end of the at the end of the day, at the end of the days, so when we we have to know, we have to find out what we have to do when we go to sleep. So the advice is to just to have a thought, give a bit of thought on how the day has gone, what, and also to what you if you if you went to work, what happened at work, and did you do well or not, and whether you been helpful to other, not helpful. So overall, so when you do, just have a bit of thought on this, review your day, daytime activities, and if these reviews show that you spend the day very in a very beneficial ways, something very in a positive way, and then we should rejoice in that, and also be encourage or motivate yourself to do the same, to repeat the same in the next day and in the futures. But however, if one finds that of doing anything like a negative actions, like you causing the harm to some other beings and so on, then you by losing your own temper, then you should it's important that you feel bad about or feel remorse in that the fact that you did something wrong, that we did something wrong, and then feel remorse for that, and then to trying to cultivate a thought, or to resolving oneself of not doing the same, not repeating such action, again, and so this these are something that which is the advice that is we should apply it when we go at the end of the day, when we go before going to bed.
Ani ta nyawi che kanir shikirsena, ani nyawi che ne kumbala supatra. Ani loye pate salja, ani kumbai yopate ne yepe kala pajane ani tni ge nyatana nyawaina ani kare yorsena ani ni tni ni kuwaina ani nyama ani shibala supa temba majawata ani ni tupo shoji mukuata ani molang yamba tana mimiwa ni pen yorsungudus
ana kangba chula no kangba chula
kangba chula
sumbat khasa milam yago musula
ya ni topo mukuata molang nyamba mamimba
la
dichom aserawa
and then as the it also advises that you should be sleeping in a side position, lying on a side position with your head on the right hand on the side way, and so this position of sleeping, as it says, that has the benefit of the maintaining like a clear mindfulness or clear memories, and also to benefit of not of preventing a very thick, very deep sleep, and also benefit in terms of preventing bad dreams.
Ni kuhala motelani ni klongya po tewa da ni je da shonju sen to ni tawala suba yana rare srwa dezo mena su ko tataji ani temba to sheje bingone ani ta sema zomboji katawa ina ani ni ma seje patalani ani ta tni ni de ani gewalan roya ani tni ga ta njoan roya sare srwa
and then trying to while going to sleep, then trying to cultivate the right or like a positive state of mind, such as said before, such as like the compassions or the wisdom of emptiness, or pure faith, and you try to cultivate these, so at least to trying to go to the sleep in a very with the mindfulness and with the alertness, and through this, if we go to sleep in a with a virtuous state of mind, then it is said that then our whole whole sleep time will become a virtuous actions, and
ani karese nanga so nombe jine la yenje jesene nyado jewa tupa jewa serwa to zoje de la yenje jese go res yenje jese karese ngrasena ani to zo ne sang jin ru res sang de ni gewa ina ne to zo giwe mo nje to go res ro ta tkalung se ro ta kalung de ani kalung mo gewa do ni lumate na 대우 아니 류마테도니 먹기위 드리고 뭐 원조고 이자 아니 드리 이제텔라 연제제스네 아니 드리 숨고요 그래서 신주로
according to the study of like a mind and the mental factors, then this sleep as a mental factor, so is considered as one of the four mental factors of the changeable mental factors. So like the sleep is one. Then there's a regret, I think, and then there's the analyze. I think I don't know the analyzing mind, and then there's the observing mind. So anyway, there's a four. So sleep is one of these. The mind called the changeable mental factor. What that means is, it can be by itself is a neutral. So therefore it can be depending on the conditions. It can become the virtue or non-virtue or neutral.
다 대인제가 다 가서 런치 자신이 된 비서스니 네 사제 전부터 조사버렸어요. 대인자네 다 조사버렸어요.
So with this, we complete this this section on the relying on the guru as the root of the path.
다 드린 같이 니 달로지는 비린 담아나고 저거요. 레스로와. 대인자 달론딘나라 나리나야 돈볼라 그런데고 콘타터지야 보이지. 아니 담아나 니 답하더니 게 마지 시디살아요. 가세지 곧대되지. 바지네 니 시비 그다 콘타터 제보 인스로와. 아니 뭐지라니
So as you know, so this session is the last teaching for this year, and the from my own side. So when I try my best to, whenever we begin the teaching, my lecture on this dharmas, we are always try my best to have the right, the good motivations, and then also in the middle, or when I, when giving the actual presentation, I try my best to share the knowledge, whatever I know, in a most to making it as easy as possible to make it like a understandable to others, to make it accessible to all of you, and also I've also trying to remember at the end to dedicate my the merits.
너나다 녀오네 고니니지 마시죠에 저런 지금 뭐지가네 야보시니에 되어레스와 드닝이 지야와도 저런 주님이네 겨와질라 전부지 소요 레스텐데 대인사네 다다 겨워서 아니 슈치라 지다네 당가조디 시템바 제바다 아니 다 제와다다 맞아 고산 졸라수비 아니 다 세진 볼에 배도 터빙해가다 아니 저네다 이 그제 예린도 땜비 아니 다 명호야 보자로 지스러
So anyways, to just to reinforce that it's very important that we should try to dedicate the whatever the virtues or the merit that we have accumulated, from the beginning of these teachings. When we first begin these teachings, so many of you who's been come to listen to the teaching, and also from my part, I've been here to give the teaching. So it is very certain, very sure that we would have accumulated at least some sort of merit and virtues. So these virtues, the merits, so we must dedicate to the to flourish the Lord Buddha's teachings for long times, and also we should also dedicate to the long life, very long life of all the great the holders of the dharmas, such as His Holiness Dalai Lamas, and all our all the perfect gurus and so on.
제와도 당아서 진zul라 가르치비는 다 기회신이 좀 기회 또 가요레스라와 아니 고건지리 뭐 받대네 아니 마홍발랑 맞서 치도 수지라 수표 아니 녀한다 엄마 노지 아니 이거 다 명화해 보자 이랬어와
and particularly for us, for many of you, for the center, so the we should dedicate this virtue merit to the long life of our Geshe, Venerable Geshe Dorjee, and may he live long, and also may we continually receive the teachings and the blessings from him as we always had in the past for still many more years to come.
단타마텔라네 다이시 주고들로서 제로에 인자 네 참말텔라 네 다시들 시와이 생각이네 로와.
No. Then last but not least, so I would also take this opportunity to wish all the member of the centers and all the people who are here to listen to teaching, and to all of you, these are very Merry Christmas, which is not not too far away, and also the Happy New Year's also. Yeah.
This is from all the students that are watching Geshe Lobsang's teachings. They gave me an offering, so I'm just on behalf of all the students that are watching at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the sungjo yenge de sogi de gena Geshe de metoda de pyrochi sundos. Kwanzurang.
Yeah. Okay.
Shandebi jana konzo pyusos pyrochi.
Yeah. Okay. oi sonju senju rumbo je ma je bano je je ba nyamba me ba kone kondo pe wa sho
Thank you. I don't need that. Okay, thank you. Should be
Ah.